All right, so welcome back. And in the first video, we'll learn how to use the playground. We looked at the variables. In this second video, what we're going to do is that keep going with the playground and show you how we use some of those variables. Okay, so we open the playground. If you're working with me, you can open the same playground. And it's stuck for some reason. All right. Now, this is where we stopped. In this video, we're going to learn how to use variables and how to print. Okay. All right. So we have already a few variables from before. So to print a value, all you can do, you can say print, and then whatever you want to print. For example, we define a variable. Well, let's before we say variable, hello, good morning, or what is your name? Okay, like that. Okay. And now if I run it, you'll see that you got what is your name. And what I'm showing you here, you can do this by print, or you can assign it anytime you want to put it in a text field or something on the screen instead of printing it, but the idea is the same. You can say, okay, print again, my name, and remember, I have a variable called name. Now you can do that by saying my name is Ali here. And when you run it, you say my name is Ali. You got two different lines, right? Well, if you don't want to say my name is Ali, and this is what a variable means, you can actually use the variable value that you defined before. So a variable, again, is something that you put a value, you store value in it in memory. So now, if I want it to be printed and print Ali, all I do is that I put slash and the name of the variable, which was name. And now what happens, it would replace this value that you actually defined above. That name of the variable is name. And it looks for that name of the variable. Notice it's green, okay? So you see it's green, means it's been defined before. And print the value instead of the literal value that you see in between those two brackets. So it would replace this by the value of that variable name, all right? Okay, let me show you one more thing here. You can say, what if I want to put lines between, more lines? You can do it by putting print like that multiple times, say print. Now notice there's a line, a blank line, all right? Or you can just simply do this. You can say there's something in programming called escape characters. So for example, you can say /n means give me a new line. If you want another line, /n, another line. You can see that in here, all right? Okay, so this is what we call like escape sequence or characters. There are different, many of those. There's something, for example, /n, okay? /n for, /t for a tab, /. Yeah, there are many things, but you use it, but not, I mean, this is very common. The T, for example, you won't see the difference, but for example, if I put /t here, what happens now, notice there's spaces, there are two tabs between this and that. You know, if you want to make sure that they're all aligned, you can use tab to align them properly, all right? So this is how you print. There is, I'll just put them here, the one that are very common that you use, mainly is we call those escape sequence or characters. Okay, one of them is /n. Okay, there's also /t for a tab. There is /r for return, but there's another one that is important, //. What is that //? Is sometimes you want to print that letter only, T. For example, if you want to say, if I wanted to say my name is Ali, and I'll show you. If I wanted to say my name is Ali and put / in front of it and / after it, well, you can't do that. If I do this like this, it will put a / here and / after the variable. It'll be a problem. Okay. Well, but you could do it by saying put a / here in front of this and / here. Then it'll be happy. All right. So you see that / and /. All right. Okay, you got it? All right, so these are called escape characters, all right? Maybe I should keep them anyway here. All right, leave it in here. We need one more. All right, so here's how you print. What if you wanted to print multiple values, okay? So what you can do the same thing, print, and then you can say, by the way, this printing is formatting. We're actually formatting a text. I can say, my name is, and then I can put / bracket, the name of the variable, / and then and my grade is, okay, I can put what? I can put, again, the name of the variables, grade, and that's it. Okay, so I put 2 variables instead of 1 variable in this printing. All right. Okay, so that is how you define, how you print their values. Again, this is formatting a string or formatting a string. We'll talk about formatting a string probably in another video. All right, so that is that part, the printing. What about defining, changing these values? How do you change variables? Okay, how do you do addition, subtraction? Now, it's very similar to calculators. If you've done calculators before, any calculations, you can do the same thing in here too. For example, you can say here, y equal y plus 25 or 35, yeah? What are you doing here? You're actually adding to the value of y. And because it is variable, we're okay. You can say y equal y minus 25, okay? So it was 25 before, it was 0.5. After this, it became 25. Now it back to 0.5. You can say y equal y times 100. Sorry, this is how you do multiplication. So this is multiplication. You can say y equal y plus x, okay? You're adding 2 values together. Okay, but it did not like this for some reason. What is the error? What is the error you're seeing? Here it says you have float and you have double. All right, maybe it's a good time to introduce this. Well, let's talk about this in a minute. Okay, let me just do this for a minute. Okay, so but you can add 2 variables together. You can say, and let's try this, for example. If we do y equal y plus grade, and it should work. Okay, all right, so no problem. No, it did not like that either. All right, I'll explain to you what's happening here. What's happening is that you have different data type. You have grade as integer, y as float. Well, to you, they look the same, but to the computer, it's actually, there is a difference. The way these variables are stored in memory. One take less space than the other. So what you need to do is that you need to be conscious of these things and help the program or the computer to understand what you're trying to do. So what you need to do is that you need to change one of these. Now, float and double usually are a lot bigger than integer. I thought that would work, but it's saying that you need to convert something first in order to add it and assign it to a float. Well, the way you do it, you can say grade y is a float. So I can do this. Float, put it between bracket, and say I am doing what we call casting. I'm converting this value, grade, to a float. Then it becomes, the type of this value becomes similar to the type of variable y, and that's how you can do the addition, and it's happy about it right now. All right. You could do the same thing with the other one. You can do, say, for example, y equal y plus x, for example. Now, it does not like x because x, although they're both decimal, but it does not like it because they're taking different memory spaces, and you need to help them out to align things together. So again, you can do float and then do that. Okay, sometimes you get warning because if you're trying to do something, if you have something that is big and you're trying to put it into something that is small, you might get a warning or a problem. For example, let's try that integer. So I have a value called grade. If I do this, grade equal grade plus y, for example, you will get an error, right? But not only that, if I convert this to an integer, and it would work, but in reality, you have to be careful because double is actually a lot bigger than integer. So you're taking a big number and trying to convert to a small number, and then sometimes you lose values. So you need to be careful of this, all right? It's usually the other way around. You change an integer to a double and then assign it to another double, all right? So that's how you do, you manipulate those values. Now, there are, of course, other things. You have the division. And in addition to the multiplication, you can do a division, for example, divided by 10. Okay, again, 10 might, it's okay. Because this is a constant, it's okay. But if you use a variable, it might not be happy with you. Okay, so this is y equal y divided by 10. I think, let's try this one here. Y equal y it did not like that because mod does not, this is not enough. This is unavailable use. Okay, let me try this here. Grade. Okay. Yeah. What is this? What is this thing? This is called a remainder or the mod value. So what happens is that you're dividing the value grade, which was 89. You're dividing it by 5, and what is the remainder of that division? I'll show you. Maybe I'll change the value of. Let's change the value so you understand. This is a little bit confusing sometimes. So I'm going to say grade equal to 13, or let's just make it 12, just for ease, simplicity. So what's going on here? You have 12. 12 divided by 5 is 2, actually. it's not only 2, it's 2 point something, right? But what's happening is that it's giving you the remainder of the division. It goes 5 goes 2 times into 12, and then the remainder is 2. So if I say 11, the remainder will be 1. Okay, so 5 goes 2 times, and the remainder, and you can do that up to 14, and then you will get, sorry, you can go to 14, and then you will have, for example, 14 here, right? 5 goes into 14 2 times, and the remainder is 4. If I do this, 15, now the remainder would be 5. Okay, so this is what we call the module. All right. Okay. All right. So that is another video where we show you how to do some printing with Xcode, and how do we manipulate the values, how we change the values using some arithmetic values calculation. Now, one more thing before we quit, I'm going to show you the string. Okay, string calculates. String is different. So you can say, for example, we have name. Well, name you can't change because, but we have a variable name. Let's say temp message or var message equal to good morning. Okay. Okay, now you can add to this message. You can manipulate this message. How do you do it? You can just do it in several ways. One of them is that you can say message equal message plus good morning to you too. Okay, see that? So your now message has more values. Now, because this, basically it takes this string value and add to it exactly what you put in here. And there's no space, so it'll be exactly the same. So now if you do this, you'll have actually a space between them. Here you can see it. Now just to show you, now instead of printing all of this in a print, you can just simply say print and just put message. Okay, and then you can see good morning, and it says good morning to you too. If you want to put a comma, you can put good morning, and then you can say good morning to you too again, right? You see that? You can say, remember, if you want to put a line between them, what do? You put /n. Okay, say now good morning and good morning to you too again, and here again you do that and get rid of that space in front of it. All right. If you want to put the name, and then you can say name, remember that variable name. Now you're making a string. All right, so you can say message, here you add to it, good morning, and what's good morning? This would be replaced by the value above, and then the /n, so you got good morning, Ali, and then that exclamation mark is actually in the back, so let's put it here now, afterwards. All right. So it says, good morning, Ali, and good morning to you too. All right, so that's how you do string manipulation. Usually, in most cases, it's putting a value and replacing variables into it, formatting a string, and concatenation. Now, of course, the formatting requires more. Sometimes you have to put 2 decimal numbers, all of that. We'll talk about this in another video. All right, I hope you like this video, and then we're done for these 2 videos, and I'll be posting more. All right, see you in the next video.